Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Oh, okay. Just gotta wait for the other guys to load in.
Okay. I'll get this stream up. 9+ notifications. Oh my god.
On what?
Discord.
The fuck?
I had 8 notifications from the SAS server.
Oh, let's invite fucking DNA again. Oh, there we go. That's interesting. As well as joystick amp, DNA have also picked up Shepherd from amp.
Oh. We're gonna
Very
have Dan play
interesting.
next week.
Yeah, eventually DNA is gonna take over the entire Empire lineup. Rebrand to
Yeah.
just amp.
Always. Don't mind me if I don't speak for a little bit. I am just eating a baby bell.
Fucking. Alright.
Don't judge me. I like baby bells.
Fucking
Okay.
baby bell.
Hey, shut your mouth. It was what was in the fridge.
Uh,
Baby Bell finished.
nice. Was
Yes,
it
it was.
nice? Was it a nice baby well?
It was a lovely Baby Bell. I was very happy.
I hate those things are disgusting.
Hey, I was just like, I need food.
Slight delay.
There's better sources of nutrition, but you know.
Someone hasn't updated their fucking game. That's fun.
Ah,
What a pain.
so I do apologise to anyone currently watching the stream. One of the players on the side of Want2 has had some issues with updating the game, so we are going to be slightly delayed on our start time. We're not quite too sure how long that is going to take. We will be with you for the start of this first. I believe this is the first cup game. Is it? First cup game being casted.
It is indeed.
So yeah, we will be with you, bringing you the first map of the first cup match, live streamed from the quarterfinals very soon. So until then, you're just going to have to bear with our annoying voices, or rather the sound of Frey breathing into his mic.
Nice.
This is a tip actually to anyone in the future. Update your game before you come to play your match. Causes unnecessary delays such as this one. So just be ready for your match.
And also,
Yeah.
if someone pings Discord saying, remember to update your game for the cup match
Take the
earlier,
advice.
yeah,
Yeah.
just do it.
Take the advice.
Some more advice: if you are watching on Twitch, you can download better Twitch TV and Francophase said for nice emotes, such as this one.
Yes.
Do you have Francophase?
No.
You don't. So
No.
you can't see these emotes.
No.
Feels bad. I'll enjoy them.
I have the Twitch app on my computer. Does it something I have
Twitch.
to do on that?
The Twitch app.
Yes, the application. I
Just
don't
watch,
do it through my. I
just
don't
watch
have
it
it on
on,
Chrome or whatever.
just watch it on Chrome, like a normal
No,
person.
dude, because I've got the app like a normal person.
Everyone watches on Chrome.
Are you mad?
Everyone watches on fucking Chrome.
No, just you don't. How you don't know everyone? What are you on about?
I do know everyone, mate.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Sure thing.
Yeah, no, you just download little fucking browser extensions and you can see all the cool emotes. Or you can just be boring and like have the default switch ones.
Shut your mouth,
Like
boy.
there's like two that people use. Fucking dead. Captain is taking a crap now. Oh, there you go. Smurfy just reminding everyone that he did notify the chat beforehand.
Actually, Smurfy as well, who is a Want2 player. I think that's an interesting fact that I should point out.
Oh, sorry, the lost players on one too.
Excellent.
Oh my god. Bit of a shit show.
Interesting, yes.
Have these DNA players really just stolen Empire names? I find that quite
Honestly,
interesting.
I think this is a quite serious case of identity fraud and identity theft. I think we might have to get Interpol involved.
Interpol? Mate, Jesus.
Sorry, who do you want me to say that? The fucking Met Police. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, tell them to stop.
Alright. Stop. Oh, that didn't work. Shit. See, they don't listen to you when you tell them to stop. You have to get some sort of superior force involved. Very angry.
The server is 8 minutes away from crashing, so it's fun.
Does that count as an instant loss for the first map?
Yeah, it will, definitely.
If any admin would like to confirm that those are the correct rules, it'd be much appreciated. Thank you for showing us your G2 skin and your G2 charm. It's much appreciated. We really needed to see what
Cool.
loadouts you currently use on the SMG11.
Very nice. I'm trying to entertain myself, mate. We've been waiting here for a while.
That's very, very true. Let's have a look at that Pengu charm on there. Let's have a look at that. Yes, please. I'm very much like that. The black ice as well. It's a juicy charm, I must say. Oh, look at all those legendaries there. Stop flexing on us. Just because you buy elite skins.
Mate, you have as well.
I have one elite skin. You have more than one.
A few more than one. Just a few.
Yeah, that's very... Yes. True.
I should go delete charms.
How many charms do you have, my guy?
204.
That's a lot more than me. Wowzers.
Wowzers, trousers.
Yes.
How's that epic?
Quacked, man.
Quack.
It's a great chibi.
Oh,
Charm
yeah.
chibi, whatever.
Charm chibi.
Same thing, I think. I don't care.
Chibi's like this. The chibi's like a little figure, a person.
Yeah, I know that now, but you just shut up.
This is really cool. I like this one. Oh. 5 minutes and I have to fucking rehost the server. God's sake.
This is an important reminder as to why you must update your game before you play, okay? Very important.
It's kind of important. Just a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit important. Not too much, but just a little bit.
Sleepy just asked if the new season is out.
That's a negative, sir.
It's a negative.
There we go, that's that one ironed out.
Four minutes.
Oh, Cam is typing in the game chat currently.
Nice.
88% may need a new lobby. So, folks, it looks like we may need a new lobby. We're not quite too sure yet. The fella in question is on 88% copying right now.
If I quit this lobby though, will it do the thing where I have to wait 5 minutes to start a new
Like
one?
quack, right. I don't know. I'm not a hosting meister. Yeah, I'm not a custom game hoster extraordinaire.
Don't think you've ever hosted a fucking custom.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Too lazy to set one up.
It's not that I'm too lazy to set one up, it's just that I know other people have the custom games set up already.
I think you're just lazy.
And that. It's a combination of things, okay?
I've just been informed that you don't need to wait 5 minutes if you leave. Okay. I'll just leave.
You'll be all good then.
Make a new one. We need the one without drawers. Oh, I've gotta add this fucking guy as a friend, because I have to keep typing his fucking name in. It is a bit of a chore. It's a lot of effort. Nah. Um, Cafe is the first map.
Yes, sir. I believe now we have all 5 players from Want2 now in the lobby, but we're now waiting for 2 players from DNA.
The Empire boys. There's Shepherd.
Just waiting for joystick. Come on, Daniel. There he is.
Oh, here we are. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I know Pro League players, you know, Daniel is it's his first name. Yeah, it's not too big of a deal, you know. We're pretty good friends.
Yeah, I know top players, not a big deal to me. Well.
Yeah, it's not a big deal to me, yeah.
Okay, so Want2 are ready. I Want2 defending first. I assume they are. Yes, they are. Okay, let's go.
So, here we go. 25 minutes past the start time. We originally agreed for this match, but no matter. We begin our first map of today's best of 3 between Want2 and DNA Empire, which is Cafe Dostoyevsky.
Yingban coming here for the defenders. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just the comfort ban.
Yeah, nothing too unusual about a Ying ban. She's very often banned in the current meta of the game, obviously. She is an incredibly overpowered operator, but the Ashe, that is a very interesting ban. You don't see her banned too much, especially in competitive play. But potentially a target ban coming out here? Not too sure.
Maybe they know someone on Want2 who is a very comfortable Ashe main. They don't want to deal with that. Coming
Maybe.
for the defense ban of the attackers is Kaid. With Thatcher on the board, Kaid is not the most useful ban, but still a good idea to just get rid of his irritating utility. Mirror coming through as well. It's kind of common for Cafe. A lot of good mirror spots.
Yeah, some slightly strange bans coming in here from both sides, but they have their reasons, I'm sure, and we have absolutely no idea why. But we move on into the first round. It's going to be a kitchen defense. First here from the side of Want2.
The 6-bit coming out from the Valkyrie onto the Bandit. Something to try and trick the attackers, make it seem like they can get the wall open easily, but then a Bandit trick might be able to claim one of the exothermic charges.
You see, there's something strange there. Joystick is not playing. Well, of course he can't. Joystick can't play on the Ashe, can he? So Ashe is banned.
Banned Ashe.
But still, you usually see Joystick on those very heavily fragging operators when he plays for Team Empire. So onto the Capitale. It's a bit of a different choice, but maybe he can make it work today.
Okay.
Bomb located by attackers.
Mozzie here and Useful already find himself wandering by the looks of it, unless I was just mute jammed.
10 seconds remaining.
Now it looks like they're setting up for
I
a.
believe that was Mozzied, actually.
5 seconds remaining.
That drone on the double door to kitchen there.
Attacker's
Mute jam, I
objective is to
believe
defuse
it
a bomb.
was Mozzied. There's no outline over the edge of it. Here we are. One the thermites for the Christmas. Besides, maybe that's where they're going to attack from. Trying to get a bakery push going with the rest of his team. Nobody playing directly in bakery here for the defenders. They do have that castle going into wedding, and the castle holding that angle from coast into wedding, so that could potentially be a bit of a thorn in the side for the attackers here.
So I'm here opting to go for the prep wall to open first. It will allow them to have a much more stable hold on the bakery side, as the defenders can't walk up and take out any utility that they might place on the wall to open up into the main kitchen site. Gridlocks are going down to also stop the push. 2 sets used here, just to really stop the defenders, I suppose. Until we have a bandit trick coming through, we'll find the first exit limit already. Good use of the bandit here. Although with only 1 battery left from all the EMPs, which have all gone now, so the bandit will have to use this one last EMP very carefully. Castle gets down inside of code check, and the thermite seems to know this and has finally come up to pick him up. Thermite down, diffuser also down inside of the red corridor, means the attackers will have to claim it back.
Yeah, nice refrag there from the Jaeger onto the thermite. So a nice kill onto the Nomad there from the Mozzie on those white stairs. That is a nice roam coming in from that Mozzie, taking 1 player down, and the Gridlock taken out as well by, it seems like that is the mute of Condage there. So remaining in a 2v4 now for the attackers, sorry.
With 30 seconds left to go, a 4 versus 2 in favour of the defenders means Joystick and Shepard will have a massive task ahead of them to take out. And as Joystick goes down, it's all left up to Shepard, 1 versus 4. Nothing to work with here, just holding an angle, looking to find a kill perhaps. 10 seconds to go. There's a lot of damage there onto the Jaeger. I'm not sure how that wasn't a headshot, but okay. Finds 1, finds a second, but there we go. Round 1 goes to the defenders of Want2.
Yeah, good round for the defenders there. I think there was some very effective bandit tricking there on the main bakery wall. And I think the deciding factor there was that refrag onto the thermite. Dropping that diffuser in the red hallway meant it was very, very difficult for the attackers to re-pick up the diffuser and get it anywhere towards site. The roam from the Mozzie as well also helped with this, taking out that Nomad, which definitely benefited them in the round, and in the end it does come out with a 1-2 win.
Now Want2 this time choosing to go up to the top floor for their second site. They will change these up with a Maestro this time to get some good utility and information gathered. Also perhaps instead of the bandit here to try and destroy any hard breach that might be placed on the walls upstairs.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
With Ormai here and a shield, I will expect him to be playing inside of the pixel area, holding piano. It's a good way to just waste the attacker's time and make sure they can't get in and open up walls as quickly and as easily as they can.
Window secure.
And here you can see cast barricades going down to try and just slow the attackers down, eat some utility up.
Yeah, pretty standard looking hold here from Want2. It looks like the Wamai is going to be trying to be holding Pixel there. We see the shield cell ready for that attempted hold there. Jaeger ADS is set up in your traditional places, 1 at those top white stairs, 1 behind that, the shield that Wamai placed. And obviously, as we've talked about, those castle barricades coming in just to try and delay those attackers ever so slightly, with them trying to get into the building. But yes, hoping to see a nice round here from both sides.
Now DNA here, going up to the roof first, try and get some control. No idea, smacking away this cast barricade, trying to get a peek on into the piano room. Upside down rappel coming through, trying to spot out anyone. There is no one to spot out, they're all hiding away in nice areas. Mozzie here taking a lot of damage from initial gunfight versus the... Oh, and he finds the Jack with a beautiful headshot there. 5 versus 4 now. with
Yeah, that
defenders
solo
already at an advantage.
Solo entry from the Jackal not working out too well for him there. The C4 coming out from the Mozzie, just prepping it, just in case someone does drop. I believe that's just under that new hatch there. No one's there currently, but he's just waiting for any
Attackers
call
have
that
located
someone
a
does
bomb.
arrive on that new hatch so he can pop that C4 and hopefully try and get a kill from it. But yes, a very nice kill onto that Jackal. A nice little headshot. Does take a lot of damage in the meantime, but comes away with his life and takes away that solo entry Jackal.
The Thermite here has used one of his exothermics to open up a castle barricade, which is interesting to say the least. My here still holding Pixel with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Finds a kill onto Nomad as she repels in without much information into Piano. Smoke's going down to cover a push, but no one seems to be doing much with it.
Yeah, very interesting. The smoke going down to cover the push, as you said, but no push is actually going down. You do see it's only Thatcher in shot. We do see now the gridlock in on Cocktail Balcony. The Thermite does take one onto...
Gridlock with a huge double kill coming through here will perhaps net the attackers the round as they are preparing to find the last two defenders. 30 seconds left to Gridlock looking to find the castle. Oh, and so close, but denied by the Omai who was covering his teammates back. Now all left down to Thermite as he knows the position of one of the defenders. At least he is sure that the castle is still inside a freezer. Ill-advised sprint will allow the Omai to pick up the final kill and the second round coming through comfortably for the defenders here.
Yeah, things happening a little too quickly for me to keep up with there. Did lose track of my words a little bit, but again, a nice defensive round. The early pick onto the roam clear of Jackal was definitely instrumental in the victory. The solo entry coming in on those bottom white stairs, it could have been detrimental if something would have happened there for the attackers. But that nice early pick from the Mozzie meant that they could roam freely on the side of the defenders there, and it definitely helped them in the end. And a nice win.
Now for Want2's third defense, they opted to go for Reading Room Fireplace, which is the common third site these days, as Mining Room is not the best option to go for.
Yeah, pretty standard choice for the tertiary bomb site here. The Mining Room defense obviously not very favoured by the competitive community. The newly, when the rework came out, the newly introduced Reading Room bomb site is the new tertiary bomb site of choice. Looks like our main caster has gone slightly AFK, so I have absolutely no idea what is happening right now. And he's back, there we go.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so the tertiary bomb site coming in here for the defenders after they've won their first two defensive rounds. Looks like a very standard looking hold, shotgun holes coming in.
A few connection issues here as Mozzie has shot up with ping, but it's okay now. Not ideal, but we'll have to deal with it.
Yeah, McDonald's has just opened, so maybe a lot of people are trying to use their internet at the moment. Maybe he will get those internet issues fixed very soon.
Feels bad.
But yeah, there feels bad, man, in the chat. Props on PP hands.
Bomb has been located.
Yeah, as we begin on the attacking round, I say that half the round, half a minute's already gone. But not too much has happened so far. We do have that Hibana repelling on that dining window. He has now gone up to the roof, I believe. And that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be doing a top floor roam clear, as it seems. Not drowning out those players on top floor at the moment. Do see the Omai playing in Cocktail and that Jaeger on the white stairs now on top white.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Unfortunately, Mozzie will drop out.
Disconnects.
That was the Mozzie with internet problems a second ago, so obviously just his side and not the server. probably go for a rehost after this round, but that puts the teams at an even 4 versus 4 now, as the Nomad has been taken out.
Yeah, quite unfortunate for the defenders here, losing a player that has been quite influential in the outcome of some of these rounds that they've played already. But they must go on, and we see here the Jackal is already in bar, and he knows there is someone playing in Cocktail, and it is the one Mario Smurfy, and he does take him down. A nice kill from the Jackal there. Does he know there is anyone else top floor? No, the Jaeger takes him down,
Attackers have
and
recovered their
is
diffuser.
immediately refragged by the Buck of Shepherd, leaving it in a 3v2 for the defenders now. Both defenders are on site.
Drustic had managed to find his way inside, but is taken quickly down by the smoke playing inside of the laundry room. Buck playing above as Hibana also manages to find a way into the site, finds the smoke, a nice kill there. Maestro shoots some bullets into her, not finding the kill just yet though. He's left in a 1 versus 2 with 40 seconds left.
They know exactly where this Maestro is now. Surely they just get that bomb into the other bomb site, get a plant off, and cover while the plant is going down. There's surely not too much that this Maestro can do about this. They have to still get rid of that Maestro turret in the corner of the room there, though.
Evil Eye will be feeding information to the Maestro so he knows where this plant is going down.
15 seconds.
He needs to try and deny. He's missing the pings. That is a huge mistake going through as the planter is, the diffuser is now down. He does manage to take down the Hibana, leaving it in a 1 versus 1 with 33 seconds to go.
Buck has retreated here into Train Museum and will just hold this angle, waiting for this Maestro to push, potentially looking for the finisher onto the downed Hibana. He does tap the bomb, comes off it for the fake. Buck just playing a waiting game, and a kill from the Buck coming in to end the round, and a first round on the board for the attackers this time.
Very close to the defenders there. Unfortunate that one of the players DC'd. Maybe going for a rehost here. Not entirely sure. So that round could have been very different if they had a 5th player as well.
There's no call for a rehost just yet. We're not quite too sure. And yeah, there we go. So we will be going here for a rehost, adding further delay, but obviously this cannot be accounted for. Some unfortunate internet issues have been had, so we must rehost to allow them back into the game.
Who were the bands? It was Ying, Ash,
Ying, Ash, Kaid, and Mirror
Yeah.
were the bands.
There we go. Orange, orange, blue. Yeah, that should be set up right.
kitchen cocktail reading. Does look like we are all ready to restart. We have all players of both teams back in the lobby.
Okay, and
Check if everyone is ready.
yeah, let's go.
Okay, so on the restart, 2-1 to the defenders at the moment. The last round went the way of the attackers after a nice push into dining room. It looks like the defenders will go back down to kitchen. It was a nice defense they had down there the first round, so they'll be looking to repeat the same antics they had down there.
Unfortunate that as the Mozzie did DC halfway through the round, that could have been a flawless site trio there for the
Cycle,
defenders. Cycle, that's the word. But with 2-1, it's still looking good for them, and they were comfortable with both of their sites, so a 5-1 or a 4-2 still very possible for the defenders here.
Yeah, certainly possible. They did look very comfortable on those first two bomb sites. We have absolutely no idea what they could have done on that third defense, on that tertiary bomb site. They may get another chance to come back to it later on. We don't know that quite yet. But as we currently stand, it is 2-1, and they have gone back down to the bottom floor, and it looks like a very similar setup as to what they had before.
They knew it worked, so not much change coming through here for the defenders. Very similar, with the same castle setup. Surprised they have opted to go with no one playing inside of the bakery, as the attackers were able to take control there very quickly last time, which was quite a bit of a problem.
Attackers' objective is to defuse the bomb.
Yeah, they did get hold of that big bakery very easily. There was near to no opposition to them entering. But I think it didn't really matter. They didn't manage to get that wall open thanks to some quite effective bandit tricking. They did get the double wall open into prep, but simply left it as it was. They didn't push through that till much later on in the round, and by then it was a 1v3, 1v4 opportunity. But looks like two players are going to be on the roof. We see the Zofia and the Jackal currently up here. So potentially looking like a top floor roam clear, just trying to get rid of this, I believe it was the Mozzie that was on the roam the first time, and that, where is he now? Where is he? Looks like he's on that second floor. Potentially in laundry, I think that is. Yeah, just in laundry at the moment. But he's about to come face to face with that Jackal.
This opening pick will be very important for both teams, as it could spell out how this round ends. Here to see the Jackal creeping down the white stairs. In the meantime, the castle finds one onto Nomad inside a bakery, and the Jackal with a quick refrag onto the Mozzie as he is unsure of where the Jackal's position is.
Yeah, nice kill there from the Jackal. It did seem as if the Mozzie knew that the Jackal was there on those white stairs, but in the end it is the Jackal that picks it up. Do see some effective bandit tricking coming in again from the defenders, and it's working a treat for them right now because that bakery wall is staying tightly shut. There is absolutely nothing they can do about it.
Sophia here are above looking for picks onto the defenders on site as all four are still in there. Sees one but misses as he rotates away from her line of sight. The attackers here seem a little lost as they do not have a direct way inside and they will just have to file in through doorways.
Yeah, Castle has a relatively decent control over that red corridor there. We do see another kill from the Castle onto, this time it is the Thatcher.
Also a lot of
good
damage done.
dealt to, yes, to the Jackal there through the wall. But this Castle is being very instrumental in this current round for the defenders here. Do you see the Zofia coming down the red stairs now just to try and maybe pinch this Castle? And yes, the kill does come out, so it's now a 3v3, but near enough to a 3v2. There's very weak score, and that's one gone. The Zofia's down. Soon to be the Jackal. The Jackal's down. One kill coming in from the Thermite. Thermite's very weak, and the defenders win on time. Quite hectic final 15 seconds coming in there.
Once again, Want2 looking very comfortable on their defense. DNA not so sure of how to open up into sight as they just throw exothermics on that wall where the bandit is tricking very comfortably. Perhaps they should try and change it up next time, go for a freezer side take, which is much easier considering you can open the hatch and stop the bandit from tricking.
Yeah, the defenders, another good hold of that site, but they will now move back up to their secondary bomb site of Bar and Cocktail. An interesting 6-pick coming from Conch there, from the Valkyrie onto the Valkyrie. Bit of a different change. You don't usually see people take those kind of 6-picks. They are two very different operators in their play styles, and both and guns as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how Conch adapts to playing that Valkyrie instead of the Valkyrie on top floor.
Oh dear, okay, well, so Want2 here probably look like they're going for the same setup as before. Where am I going to play at Pixel, the castle barricades to eat up the utility, Mozzie to stop the drones, Maestro to gain intel, and then the Valk this time, not sure they had her before, but more utility. The C4 from below most likely will be very instrumental in finding a nice pick, possibly onto an attacker.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty similar setup coming up from the defenders, and I mean, if it's not broken, why fix it? It will work for them last time, and it'll certainly work for them again if the attackers don't try something different. Looks like they have come with a very similar lineup though. No hard breach.
Yeah, one problem here is how DNA have opted to go forward, no hard breach at all, which could be an issue as they cannot open into sight. What a lot of teams would do is open up the top red walls to try and get more control in the cigar area, but without that they will not be able to open any hard walls as they did before. Actually, no, they didn't do it before because they just used one on the cast barricade, which has been taken out by Sophia this time. Now she will be replying on this minibar window to try and spot out the Wamai playing at Pixel. She thinks better of her decision as the Wamai places a few warning shots near her head. Buck in the meantime with a beautiful sounding kill onto that castle, who I'm not sure where he was playing actually. Could have been in.
I have no idea where that castle was playing.
There's no X for him, so very interesting. That's
Either way,
Thatcher.
it is a 5v4 here. Thatcher coming in top red stairs, looking to progress into Cigar Shop. Will not be opposed though, and does make his way onto that new balcony.
Ooh. Buck here with his second kill for the round, finding the Valkyrie below as well. That's a C4 off the board, which could spell disaster for the defenders. P-Money though trying to claw his team back as he finds one, putting them in a 3 versus 4.
Yeah, nice kill there onto the Zofia. Very big fragging operator for the team here. We do still see this one. Mai is still in Cigar, unchallenged. So if any plants try to come off towards that default spot, he will be able to counter them. There we see two taken out very quickly, and there's the third. Two very quick kills coming out from the attackers.
Yeah, a flurry of kills coming through there very quickly as the attackers realise the weakness in their setup there from the defenders, as they had little to no control of Heaven, which allowed the Nomad to repel in quickly and take the Maestro and that Mozzie by surprise.
Yeah, very interesting hold from the defenders there. They left many areas of that top floor completely under-defended, especially the cigar shop. There was little to nothing that they could do, the defenders there, into cigar shop or trying to even oppose anyone entering from those top red stairs, because that castle barricade was still in place.
Now it's 3-2 here for the defenders. They'll be looking to pick up a 4th round as Cafe tends to be a defender-sided map. They opted to go for the top floor site again, this time without the Valkyrie and the Jaeger instead. Probably a comfort pick as the gun might be more comfortable and the C4 not being taken from below, as it was not useful last round. On the whole though, it looks like a similar setup. They might probably playing Pixel again, so it has worked for them before. They will be looking to try and defend more of the cigar shop and possibly Heaven as well, as that is where they know the attackers push from last time.
Yeah, potentially I think we're going to see here maybe less of a roam presence from the defending team, as the roam last round did not work out for them at all. They lost 2 roamers quite early on into the round, which meant that the attackers did have quite an advantage going into the final minute and a half of the previous round, which gave them quite the advantage. But don't see anyone off site. We do see one roaming defender here on the Mozzie, but he is making his way back up those red stairs towards the site. So I'm not sure how much roam they're going to have, but currently we do see the attackers moving towards the roof. So it looks like they're going to be doing the standard take, which they've been doing for most rounds so far.
Right.
A bomb has been located.
This time they've brought the sledge to take care of these castle barricades, which have been a pain to them before. Now destroying this one and just leaving it will just try and lead through a Mai a bit uneasy, as he's not sure where the attacker's going to push from. 2 people here are planning on the white side window, looking to try and find a kill, possibly inch this Wamai out of position. They have already fallen off position though, leaving Wamai quite safe in his pixel area now.
Yeah, very interesting strategy coming in from the defenders. There is 0 roam presence at all. The furthest person away from site will be that Wamai playing on pixel. So the attackers, as it be, have full reign of that map. How much they know about this Wamai now being close to stage though, I am not too sure. So this Thermite could be caught off guard by that Wamai being so close, but he does go back to the roof. He's not too sure about what's coming, so he does make his way back to the roof, and Wamai will remain uncontested. But the Thermite does drop into Cigar Shop now. Not too sure how. If they know about this, the defenders, I'm sure they will now. A lot of noise is being made, and the Thermite will start to open up that castle barricade into Cigar Lounge.
Has been dropped.
The Nomad picks up 1 kill here, and then the refrag coming through from the Wamai, and a second picks up from Castle. It's 45 seconds left with 3 versus 3. Attackers seem to have stalled out a bit here as they are unsure where these kills are coming from. A third one down, leaving the attackers 2 versus 3 now with 34 seconds left. Sledge
Fuser
here
is down as well, so they have to re-pick that up.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Both will be opting to push together from the red stairs side.
Attackers dropped
Well,
the
my
diffuser.
finds a double for this round, and it's all left up to Sledge. 1 versus 3, no
15
time
seconds
left,
to go.
no hope. Castle takes a bit of damage, but their beautiful crossfire coming through from defenders, netting them the 4-2 half.
Yeah, much better defense there coming in from 1-2. Last round wasn't so secure, but this round they were much better, tighter on their gunfights. It did start off looking like as if the round was going towards the attackers again. Some nice early picks coming in, but in the end, picks going towards the way of the defenders, and they managed to turn it around.
DNA will now start off their defense with the top floor site of bar and cocktail lounge. No shield, I believe, on the side of the defenders, so probably no presence going to be held at Pixel, no castle either. Very heavy on the anti-intel here as they've opted to go for the Mozzie and Vigil. Slow down their drones, get some nice roam game up on the
Attackers
lower
need to
floors
locate and defuse bombs.
to slow down the push of the attackers.
Yeah, there's a lot of soft destruction here for the defenders. You see 4 impact grenades and 2 C4s coming on the defender side here, so obviously a lot of soft destruction is wanted, and especially for those C4 opportunities coming into potentially that cigar lounge and maybe even onto bar later on in the game in a post-plan situation.
An ADS here at Pixel makes us think someone will be playing in this Pixel area. But without a shield, it could be a bit of a suicide mission as there's not much cover for them.
Attackers objective
Vigil
is
here
locate
looks
a
to be
bomb and
playing
defuse it.
right next to the piano stage. Trying to use that utility to trick the drones and make the attackers second guess where they're pushing from.
Do see the Jaeger attempting a spawn peek onto the south side of Christmas, but as we see, nobody has spawned there. In fact, they've all spawned on different locations. So we do see some repelling here going up towards the roof, I imagine. Pretty standard take for top floor. And I am correct in saying so. There are three or four people on the roof now, it looks. Just droning their way in just to make sure there's nothing on those red stairs that could potentially scare them. They do spot out the Mozzie drone though on that top red door, so they do not want to take that drone any further, otherwise it will be gobbled up by the utility from the defenders.
An EMP could come in very useful here, as the Thatcher does know he could just take care of that and then drone ahead for his team. And here it comes out, although it looks like a second grenade sails out from the sledge and takes care of it. 2 nades taken down very quickly. It's not ideal here for the attackers. A minute 40 left and the attackers are still pondering whether they should drop this top red hatch.
They did spot out that Jaeger though, close to that top red door. Did get spotted and now has moved back into Cigar. Originally he only moved back a little bit, but is now playing on that stage very close to that Vigil, so potentially looking for those refrags if they do get pushed. They're playing as a 2.
Very aggressive hold of the Cigar Lounge here as Thermite now opens up the minibar wall. Trying to scare out the defenders playing in here, but they both hold their position. Now here comes the usefulness of Vigil's utility. Takes out a drone, they should probably know where the Vigil is playing now. He could have remained unspotted if he hadn't shot that drone. Attackers here unsure whether they should push with 45 seconds left. Really stalling out here as they don't know what to do with what their control. And Nitro sails out and connects with the Thatcher from below. As the Vigil still hold his position, 30 seconds left. Attackers need to make their move soon. 3 people place the top red.
Yeah, 25 seconds left and still that is the first gunfight we have seen come out in this entire round, and it's immediately into a 5v2. Now a 5v1 for the defenders. All that is left is that thermite, and he is taken out with swift justice. A flawless round for the defenders.
Not a very confident attack there from Want2, as they opened the wall very quickly top red and then just stalled out and had no idea what to do with themselves. When they couldn't find this vigil inside of the cigar lounge, they were very stumped on what to do. And Monty coming out this time, not 6 picks onto, so the defenders know about this. But the Monty could help them just try and take out these roamers out of their positions and push them back further onto site. The spokes...
Interesting 6 pick here from the attackers, from the Hibana onto the Finker. I do apologise for cutting you off there. I just wanted to mention you don't usually see a Finker at this level of play. The same with the pick of the Lion on the side of the attackers now.
Perhaps the attackers looking to go for a more aggressive rush strategy, as they just might open a wall, try and get a plant on quickly. The smoke was also 6 picked onto off the Mozzie, obviously just a counter to try and hinder that Monty and make sure he can't push into site and get too much control too quickly. A Wamai here with a shield could mean a bakery hold to play, but it doesn't look like he's setting up here. Not sure where he will set up this shield. Running over towards the VIP area. Most likely in Christmas, actually.
5 seconds left.
No, it's in the bar doorway. Different,
Attackers are heading
interesting.
out to defuse a bomb.
Don't see that too often.
Interesting choice there from the one mine to put the shield there. Bit of an alt strap potentially, trying to hold that bottom floor bar into Christmas and VIP. Not too sure quite yet, but we'll see as the round unfolds how this is going to be used by the defenders.
Not sure why I got me my camera over here, it's very annoying. Now it looks like the attackers looking to find their way into bakery quickly. The Monty here pushing in and taking control very quickly. Very good here. Much better time management this time. Can't get through this rotor though, so he will have to unextend and expose himself for a quick second if he wants to get through here. Someone here going to open up the prep wall as his team tell him to do so. Although a bandit trick coming through here will actually connect. That was so close. And because it was placed in the middle of the panels, it was able to get a mistake coming through here. It looks like Thermite could easily open up into site, because Bandit is not aware that they're opening up that main wall. Massive mistake that allows the attackers much more control. But Prep is still very sealed off and could be a big playing point for this Bandit. In the meantime, Blind will be looking to push in solo through the main lobby. It's probably not the best idea, it's just holding an angle right now. One smoke canister is expended to try and slow the monster down, but with 1 minute and 20 seconds left, it's good time management here from the attackers. Just trying to get rid of all this utility and then get the execute down. Pushing in slightly.
Still a 5v5, no attackers currently off the board. We do have a little bit of damage taken off of that Lion on around 58 HP, a little bit more now thanks to Finker. Finally we see one get taken off the board, and it is that Bandit who was playing in Kitchen. See a little bit of damage coming onto the Thermite there, trying to just get across the site to get that plant down.
Smoke canister is a big mistake there from the attackers, as the Thermite takes so much damage and the Monty's very lit as well. Final smoke canister coming through, and the defenders are not aware of where the plant went down, so it is able to go down. Now a 4 versus 3, 2 versus 3 actually, as a double kill comes through for the defenders there. Legion instantly on diffuser, a beautiful shot there from the smoke. 1 versus 3, all down to the Finker, stops the Legion quickly, finds the smoke as well, and it's all down to a 1 versus 1 with 22 seconds left. Huge mistakes coming here through here. Oh no! The attackers winning that round off the Claymore. Though am I just not sure of where that is.
Huge play coming in from that last remaining member there, the Finker from the attacking team. A brilliant two-piece. I have absolutely no idea how he manages to get that kill onto the smoke there. Surely the smoke must get that kill, but an impressive two-piece coming in from that thinker to save the round for the attackers.
That round was definitely going in the way of the defenders until that Finker with a giant clutch there coming through for his team. 5-3 now. The defenders on the back foot as they are going back to kitchen.
Yeah, let's see if they can iron out some of the mistakes that they made during that round. Most prominently, I'd say, was that mistake, the bandit allowing that bakery wall to get opened, which allowed everyone from the attacking side to enter
Defenders, protect your bombs from
the
being
breach,
defused by attackers.
which allowed them to get that plant off, and ultimately they did win the round off of it, with, albeit from some heroics from the thinker, but they still won the round, and it's still a round on the board.
Now this time Bandit might adapt to try and trick the main wall instead of the prep one, as him allowing that thermite to get that main wall was a giant mistake, as the attackers were able to get into sight so easily and get that plant down.
10 seconds remaining.
Seems like
Yeah,
a
I can
rather
see that.
similar lineup this time though, from both
5 seconds
sides
to
except
insertion.
for the Finker swapped out here for Capital, I believe.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, that wall on prep, as you said, is much more expendable than the wall into kitchen, obviously, as kitchen is the site you're meant to be defending. At least if you allow that wall to be taken into prep, there is still another room that they have to enter before they're in the site. So, but a blunder from the bandit the last time, he is still going to be playing close in prep. Surely he must know this time.
I
that
like the
he
idea
needs
of
to
the
get that wall.
attackers here as they open up the bakery side and then start to drone out to make the bandits think they're pushing, but in reality 3 members are all on the freezer side. Not sure what the thermite is over here by himself, still droning in, but the attackers actually switching things up as they see the my holding Christmas, and he is too much of a pain to deal with apparently, so they're just going to go for the same bakery push once again. No cast bracket on this prep door this time means Bandit could perhaps deny, but Monty will be looking to stop that as he gets inside prep and just holds as the mountain should. 1C4 coming through that, big mistake from the Bandit as no damage done, rather pointless really. A minute 40 left, the attackers looking to open up this wall. Bandit nowhere near wall, just running around the side like a headless chicken. Still has all 4 of his batteries left in his pocket, nowhere near the wall to trick it. Massive mistake there. And with a minute and 25 seconds left of the round, the attackers all in bakery got the wall open. Monty here being a massive
Lion
problem.
there is down though. Lion, I believe it is in Wedding, was downed. The kill onto the bandit there, but then the refrag comes in onto that Monty. So the mountain is off the board, and a nice kill from Joystick onto I believe that was the Thatcher there. The kill is taken out there, the Lion, but another refrag onto the Jaeger, leaving a 3v2 for the defenders.
Joystick going big for his team as he takes out the Monty and takes the Thatcher off guard as well, giving his team the advantage before he's shredded out by the thermite. Now with 35 seconds left, Capital using some utility, bit of a waste though as they're not using it as they push. And here come in the final smoke canisters with 30 seconds left, but all gone now though as Capital takes a lot of damage. 20 seconds left and they will have to try and do something.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
The Legion here with a flank will leave Capital 1 versus 3.
15 seconds to
Not
go.
looking good for the attacker here.
Yeah,
Misses
on
his
1
final
HP, there
shots
is not
on
too much he can
on
do,
the Legion
and
and he's taken out.
Yeah, 1 HP there for the Capital. There's not much he can really do in that position. All he can do is just try and get some kills, but ultimately it goes to the defenders. It did look promising for the attackers. They did get the opening pick of that round, but the kill onto the Monty was effectively what ended the round for them, and a nice 2-piece from Joystick on that Jaeger, taking out 2 players, did effectively end that attack for the side of Want2.
It was a big mistake there from the Monty to try and take down that Jaeger, as him dying when unextending his shield allowed the Jaeger to play more freely inside of prep and then go for that second kill as well onto Thatcher. Now this time the Monty has been 6-picked off onto the gridlock, obviously feeling that it's not working well for them, going for another gun on the side of the attack as they now move on to the top floor defense once again.
An interesting choice this time. Cam does opt to retake the Finker. Obviously he thought that last round the Capital wasn't too much help, so he does retake the role of the Finker for the attackers to see if he can maybe pull off another little clutch again as he did 2 rounds previous.
It must be like a comfort pick with the gun, right? Like he must really like the spear, because there's no way you just pick Finker for her utility.
10 seconds remaining.
I imagine it might be a comfort pick, although I would say it's too powerful of a weapon, in my hands at least. Other people, I have absolutely no idea, so it could be a brilliant weapon in the hands of Cam. But maybe a comfort pick, but it may be also for the utility. We have absolutely no idea. Whatever it is, it's on the board and they're using it in this round.
Now once again the same defense coming out here, all 5 players playing on the top floor. 3 this time actually play inside of cigar area without getting bathroom now. Interesting though, without the castle here it will be a lot harder to hold the actual cigar area. Jackal here roaming below, solo roam clearing. I've noticed one thing about Want2 is P-Money always pushes by himself, and it's either really good or just a massive failure as he's by himself, no one to refrag, no one to trade him in, it's just by himself.
Bomb located by attackers.
A minute left and most of Want2 still yet to enter the building, just outside watching angles, droning stuff out. Nothing too much going on. Looks like they're all repelling on the east side though. Why can't I? There you go. I can't get any. I hate how you can't go any further than that's very annoying.
A very passive attack coming in so far. You see that Jackal has made his way up to those mid-white stairs. He has to be very, very careful. As you see, there is a player, I believe it's that Legion, playing on those top stairs, and he does find no damage coming from either side, but very, very close to that.
A bomb has been located.
Once again, the attack just kind of stalling out, so they don't know what to do. They've met some resistance, and they're just holding angles. A minute left, no progress made whatsoever anywhere on the map.
Yeah, all that's been taken is some damage from 2 players. The gridlock is very weak. Only 1 shot will take her down now. And a little bit of damage does come onto the Thatcher, not sure where. But it's not just damage onto the attackers, it is damage for the defenders. That Jaeger is also very, very weak, just above 25 health.
2 kills do come in quickly for the attackers though, as they are... Oh, and a third here as Jacka picks up a second. Just pushing solo once again, going into sight. Some internet issues though, and it's all down to the Mozzie in a 1 versus 5. Quick kills coming through. He finds one, almost a second, C4 thrown out, hits the ceiling, nothing to find. Gets a second nice kill, but there we go. 6-4 to Want2 now on their defense.
Yeah, very interesting round from the attackers there. It looked as if they were stalling out from the offset. Only 1 player had entered, and even then there was no droning done for this attacker to enter the building. It was a simple solo entry there for the Jackal. It ends up working out for him though, and he does get 2 kills from that cigar shop, and that does help his team in putting a 6th round on the board, and it does put them onto match point.
Really not sure what that attack was really about. It just seems that the defenders got a bit cocky, peeked out when they shouldn't, and lost lives, which gave the attackers more room to push into the site and the actual building. Anyway, this
Whatever
time,
happened, it's a win for the attackers, and it's 6-4.
defenders once again opting to go for bar and cocktail, as they will be looking to stop Want2 from taking the final round. Now the best the defenders can look for is pushing this to overtime now, as the attackers are already on match point here. Nothing really changing here for the defense except a bandit is taken. Not sure if he was there last time. It seems like the same sort of setup. Very interesting. Not sure what's going on really.
No, there is no Mozzie on the board this time. I believe the bandit is a replacement for the Mozzie that they had playing on that heaven balcony.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining.
Once again looking to hold the cocktail area very aggressively as they did before.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
With this Jaeger visual duo just sitting in here, interestingly.
Attackers going to go to their favoured position of the roof. They do seem to like that position quite a lot. It gives them quite a lot of safety in their attacks. They don't have to aggressively peek. They can just sit back on the drones, check where people are, and be ultimately absolutely safe from the defenders.
Once again, Lion of P-Money just pushing in by himself, all alone, no drones, and gets picked up by the Jaeger. Interesting plays, not sure what he's doing.
That is what happens when you do not drone joystick. He will absolutely devastate you, and that is exactly what's done there. No damage done to the Jaeger, and immediately in the round it's a 4v5 for the attackers. Not a good start for this 11th round.
Once again, they're choosing to do this weird east side take. They just watch the windows for half the rounds and then push in really quickly at the last second.
Yeah, it seems that they've spotted this Jaeger playing in reading room. I'm not sure how knowledgeable they are of all of these players playing below. You do see that there is also a Legion and a Valkyrie playing on that first floor as well. Only 2 people on the top floor and only one of those playing on site. You see the Vigil playing in Cigar Lounge, and the Bandit is playing on that desk on Cocktail.
Attackers have located a bomb.
A nice shot coming in from Thatcher as he finds the Bandit playing at the safety of Cocktail. A second here coming in, and the plan is actually going down inside of Cocktail. Not sure how they're managing to pull this off. The Valkyrie should be using a C4 from below. But no C4, no information, nothing at all. Just looking to push up the white stairs again for a retake, taken up by the gridlock. No idea how this is working against the defenders. They just have no idea what to do.
Yeah, Jaeger's coming back up red stairs now on that new balcony, trying to salvage the round of something. The Vigil does manage to get one, but is taken out again by the Thatcher. So it leaves it all up to Joystick in a 1 versus 3, and the Thatcher takes him out, and that is the win for Want2 on Cafe. 7-4.
Well done. That was interesting. An unconventional attack coming out from Want2 to win them the round twice in a row, and DNA have no idea how to counter it and just lose out to the weirdness of it.
Yeah,
well,
incredibly
it
interesting
worked.
attack.
If it works,
Incredibly interesting attack.
I guess you just do it.
Certainly,
7-4 for the first map here, then, of the best of 3.
I guess it's that unusual nature of that east side push that makes it such a force to deal with, because that is exactly what they couldn't deal with. They had no idea how to counter this east side push, and 2 early picks means that they had complete side control, and that wins them the round and the first map of today's game.
Okay, let's have a look at the schedule. We have map 2 down as Clubhouse with Want2 defending first. So Club with Orange starting as attack. Just asking if the boys want a quick break or if they want to go straight into the second map. Alright, looks like we're going to take our 5 minute break as Want2 have just gone to refresh after that first map.
As the players take a break, I will also take a little break, so I will not be long and I'll be back with you shortly.
Sounds good, my guy.
Right, I am here.
Seems like Want2 are all ready to go. DNA, not replying, not sure if they're ready.
Okay.
Okay, we're
sounds good to me.
starting. Let's go. Map 2 is Clubhouse's Want2 starting on defense first yet again. First ban coming through here from Want2, once again onto the Ying. Obviously don't like play against those flashes or the smokes. Quite a pain to deal with, as you don't want to be blind when fighting your enemy.
Completely understandable. I don't think anyone likes it, really.
Thatcher also coming through as a ban. Understandable, as before it was quite a pain to deal with for the defenders of DNA. Yay coming through here, interesting ban, unorthodox, but quite useful as it forces the defenders to play or my if they want to stop being grenaded.
Let's see where the defenders choose to start. It looks like they're going to be going for a Church Arsenal hold to start off this map. Maestro, Legion, Kaid, Echo and Wamai being chosen here for the defenders.
Maestro 6 picked off here onto the Valkyrie, probably a more useful intel operator for such a site that spans such a wide area as Church Arsenal. Maybe get those black eyes in above, get some information on people playing in kitchen or bar or something, get C4 down from below.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
As is expected for a map like Clubhouse, a double hard breach duo coming out from the attackers of DNA here. For Church, very common to just open up hatches, perhaps open up dirt, open up a church hall, try and get plant down inside of Church, behind this black box over here. Interesting here, seeing the Echo placing a shield inside of the oil pit corridor.
5 seconds remaining.
Obviously looking to hold blue aggressively, although they are taking it down now as I
Locate
speak.
and defuse the bomb.
Put it back up there, never mind. Okay then, so the attackers, let's see where they're pushing from. Garage side maybe. Okay then, so it looks like a top floor take for the attackers as they look to find any roamers up here, that it will find no one as there's no presence roaming anywhere on the map. It looks like all defenders are playing near the site. 1 player in blue and 4 in sight.
An interesting turtle hold here from the defenders. It will mean that the attackers have pretty much, well, not pretty much, they will have free reign of this map to do whatever they please, whatever different types of attack they feel like, whether they want to try and open that kitchen hatch, but they do see have that Legion underneath potentially for the impact
A
trick,
bomb has been located.
or whether they want to try and get that moto hatch open, which is currently kaided, so not sure how much they can do about that. But a nice C4 coming in takes out the Nomad.
Very good first pick there. Want to, DNA have actually realised that the map is all in their control now.
Bomb located by attackers.
Deciding to push down the main stairs is the sledge. Maverick here opening up the motor hatch, which has been guided. Not a problem though for this Maverick. He sees one player but is not aware of it actually. Still taking care of this hatch. Not the most efficient, but it does its job. Looks like was that an impact coming in there to try and do some damage or something? I'm not entirely sure what that was. Small explosives coming in. 44 seconds coming in now for the defenders to hold as attackers look to try and get some sort of control. A second kill coming in here for the Legion, as now the Capital is also taken down. 2 players at bottom A, 1 in motor. 20 seconds left to try and push it in. Sledge pushes it in, finds a kill on the Valkyrie to start things off, is instantly downed though by the Echo playing inside of motor. Both attackers now on low HP as Thermite tries to get a plant down at Fredge, realises he can't, going for a kill now, and there we go. A near flawless round coming in for the defenders, as they do look quite comfortable on their church defense.
Yeah, slightly interesting hold with the lack of roam presence throughout the map. But as we see, the roam presence is obviously not needed. The turtle strat worked perfectly well for the defenders there, and barely lost any men really. There was 45 seconds left on the clock, and still all 5 defenders were on site and had no opposition from any attackers, and so really was a nice piece of 20-second meta coming in there.
2 6-foots coming out here, 1 onto the Bandit from the Bandit as expected, and then a Capital taken off the board for the Monty. Instead of using those firebolts to try and take a Bandit off the tricking or trying to take a anchor out of the garage hold, the Monty will be playing here probably to try and push garage, get control of that catwalk area, as that is something an area you want to take control of if you're looking to take a plant down inside of CC. And attackers looking to set up drones here inside of the garage, so most likely a garage main will push coming through here.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
And perhaps it will be the Maestro playing inside of the garage, a good option. Without that ACOG,
Have located a bomb.
we'll be able to cover the longest angles, but a large magazine will allow him to
10 seconds left.
take lots of pre-fires. Although it does seem he has just taken a position of a camera up in the top corner there, so it'll be hard to take out unless they have
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
sledge. Actually, no, sledge won't be able to do that. Probably Maverick won't be able to reach that. Okay, where am I going?
Upwards and outwards. Let's see those attackers. There we are. So we see, as predicted, the Monty, however you want to say it, I have absolutely no idea, does enter into garage, does meet some resistance. I believe that's the Bandit, yes. On catwalk, is trying to look for anyone else that may potentially be entering with the Monty, but at the moment it's just the Monty solo entering. What we do, pardon me, Lord. While we do see this Maverick trying to get this wall open, a lot of damage done. I believe that might have been through the drone hole to the Thermite, but he has got that wall soft now, the Maverick. So this is going to put a lot of pressure on the defenders if they manage to get that wall open, and the Bandit does get taken out by the grenade from the sledge. Not sure where that was from. Another kill for the sledge coming on to the Mozzie there. Nice little double kill coming in, and leaves it in a 5v3 at the moment, but the Thermite is on very low health, so potentially looking more like a 4v3 in terms of health.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Oh no, big mistake coming through from Monty, as he has not managed to tell his Thermite teammate of the Evil Eye placed in that top corner, which is just being a massive menace now. They can't take it out without any utility. Nomad finds one kill but is instantly refragged by the Legion, leaving them in a 2 versus 3 with a minute and 5 seconds left. Not the easiest thing for the defenders, but certainly possible, especially with this Monty unsure of what to do, just dithering about here on the catwalk.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much they know about these defenders' whereabouts, but
Sledge goes in, gets down, killed off, and then the Maverick pushes into construction, leaving the Monty just by himself inside, trying to get the plant down. And there we go, the defenders double up onto that Monty, and because Maverick was not in a position to cover his teammates, he's now in a 1 versus 2. There's a lot of damage to Maestro as he retreats into garage, but now in an off position with 20 seconds left, defenders looking to clutch up this round. He knows the position of 1, he heard Legion on top red, unsure of who to fight, and there we go, Legion finishes off the kill and gets the second round for defenders. They were looking very comfortable there on the attack to take that round until a few small mistakes allowed the defenders to claw their way back and find their second round. Want2 looking rather comfortable on their defense of this map.
yeah, it was looking relatively comfortable for the attackers on that bomb site. 2 kills coming in early from the Sledge downstairs left it in a 5v3, but it all turned around as soon as the Maestro on that camera in that top corner of garage managed to get the kill onto the low thermite. That is where the round turned in the favour of the defenders, and they could not bring it back from there.
Now that the attackers opting to not pick up the Maverick this time might be a bit of a mistake, as they can't take out the jacuzzi wall unless they get the
Attackers need to locate
what I presume will be a mute jammer placed on that wall, which will probably be protected by cast barricades on these doors, as it's quite a default strategy. And mirror also being employed here to hold off the bathroom area and look onto that breach if they do manage to get it open, which hasn't actually been reinforced, so maybe it's being left soft to try and counteract that wall being opened up.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it does look like they've just got... Oh no, there you go. Very late reinforcements coming through here from the mute.
Yeah, I was about to say, an interesting strat coming through if they don't reinforce that wall, but as you say, the mute is reinforcing that wall just a little bit later than we would have expected. But looking to put a third round on the board here, the defenders are for a perfect 3-round cycle, and then we'll go back to their preferred bomb site if they do win this round. But there is still 2 minutes 32 seconds left in this round for the attackers to say otherwise. And they will start by coming onto the roof here, just trying to get as much information as they can. Thermite does start opening up that jacuzzi wall. It does get open, not much they can say about that really.
Now with this jacuzzi wall open, they will have a hard time taking care of this mirror. Although as I say, this a first kill coming in onto the IQ from a C4 here from the Valkyrie. It was 1 C4 down, but still 2 left to play. Now the attackers looking to drain out construction side as they do spot out the Legion inside of cache. Someone here still playing on this jacuzzi breach. Sledge nowhere near where any of his friends are. It's a very fragmented push. The attackers don't seem to know what they're doing particularly, as they're all just pushing individually for now. 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the round, 5 versus 4 advantage. The Legion almost whiffs, but does manage to find that bug, so a 5 versus 3 now for Want2, and it's getting close to that perfect cycle you were talking about there.
Yeah, near perfect
Castle.
call coming in so far, but that castle does take a lot of damage on those main stairs. He will look to retreat, but he does start coming back down, and he does go back into the site. Clever choice there. Still, 50 seconds left. They are droning, but it seems like they did miss that Legion on the drone. Another kill comes in for P-Money, this time on the mute, taking that sledge off the board. We still see that Thermite is still playing on Jacuzzi, and only now, with 35 seconds left, does he choose to go to the roof. We do see that Zofia also still playing. A bit of a strange run out from the mute there. Look, a little bit cocky, I think, maybe. He's won 2 rounds and he just wants a few more kills to pad those stats a little bit. He does get downed. I think they're probably going to leave him. No, Zofia goes for the finish.
10 seconds left. There's nothing for these attackers to do.
Just look to get a few exit kills, pad stats. There is absolutely nothing that the attackers can do to win this round. But they do both get taken out anyway, with some nice finishing kills coming in there from the Castle and the Legion.
Well then, there is that perfect cycle, as we were talking about earlier. Very strong defense so far from Want2, and if they can reciprocate this on their second attempt at each of the bomb sites, then they're looking for a very strong starting side as they go on to attack as well.
Yep, a very strong showing so far from Want2 on Clubhouse. So far, only 5. How many deaths is that? 6 deaths on the side of Want2 in 3 rounds. A very nice looking record. Let's hopefully see if they can keep this currently flawless round differential coming, but we'll have to see if the attackers have anything to say about it.
Okay then, so going into our second attempt at the basement site now. Look to see if they have pretty much, it looks like the same lineup, except instead of the Romai for this site, they have brought the... I don't believe they had the Legion before. Maybe it was the new summer, or the Mozzie, sorry, I'm not entirely sure. But it could just be a very similar strategy as before, all turtling on site, giving up entire map control to the attackers, but they weren't able to do much with it last time, so hopefully they'll be able to do much with it this time.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, they did give the attackers pretty much free roam of the map last time on this bomb site, but still they were not able to do much with it. They were very adamant in their turtle hold and they could not get much done. A few early kills coming in for both sides, but in the end it did go to the defenders. Let's see if the attackers can do anything about it this round. They have bought an Ash this time to see if they can try and frag their way through, as she will try and take out that barricade onto main lobby door. Does take a few magazines, but it is eventually taken out. Doesn't look like they're going to meet any resistance on the roam yet again. We do see there is a Mozzie playing in cache, I believe I just saw there. So there will be some roam presence this round, just to try and throw this attacking team off slightly. Just in construction, just roaming about, see if we can find any early picks just to throw this attacking team off of their game.
The attackers clearly not aware of this, as they do just expect all players to be on site as they were in the last round. A very nice play here from P-Money, as the attackers are not aware of his position. In the meantime, the Ash of Joystick is taken out by a Nitro from the Valkyrie once again. Hibana... sorry about that. The Hibana is looking to open up the kitchen hatch and watching down into the site now.
What we didn't see there was a nice kill, I believe it was from the Thermite going onto the Valkyrie of Cam there.
Thermite getting a second kill for himself as the Legion is taken down. A massive lag spike there does mean the Mozzie can't get that kill. A bit unfortunate for him, but he does also escape with his life, so not the worst. And with 55 seconds left, him being up there is more of an afterthought for the attackers as they do look to push onto site now. Very aggressive here from Jekyll, running down the corridor. Is spotted out on the cam though. Now the Kaid in Nota will look to pick him up, although the Jackal does win that out. Hibana also getting a kill, getting the diffuser down. Jackal with another one, and Thermite with a third to tag on. Now it's... Ooh, that was a very quick round at the end there. But 3-1.
Round.
The attackers winning their first round of the game so far. Interesting.
Yeah, a much different looking hold from the attackers. I thought that potentially that roam play from the Mozzie playing on top floor could have been an influential pick. They had absolutely no idea at the very beginning of the round that Mozzie was there, but it seems that he was absolutely, he was made completely redundant by the attackers. There was nothing that the Mozzie could do on that defense there, and he was simply picked up in the end by an attacker.
Now this time the defenders opting to go for the CC and cache site as they were not successful on their second defense of the basement. The Maverick being 6-picked onto again as they realise they need that second hard breach to try and open up the wall successfully into cache.
Need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
But it seems like a different lineup here from the defenders. No bandit at all to try and counter the wall. A dock also being employed to most likely hold this garage catwalk. And a Goyo played as well, which is going to be used here on catwalk to help the dock stop the push. Nice setup here from them.
10 seconds remaining.
Actually, they have two players inside of the catwalk here. Oh, Goyo thinking better about that second shield and placing it somewhere else.
Fun fact, Cam, who is currently playing on the Goyo so far, all of his 3 kills that he has on the board are all from nitro cells.
Without that nitro cell in his pocket, maybe he'll be looking to find a first kill with his gun.
Yep, found a frag with his nitro cell every round so far, apart from the last one. No, he did get one in the last round. I do lie, I do apologise. But he does not have one this round, so he will have to rely on that Vector to be able to get some kills here for him on the Goyo. We do see the attackers on the roof. It looks like that Thermite will be attempting to go for the wall, but so far he's just droning out lounge just to check anyone's playing beneath, but will not find anything down there. We see the Hibana will be droning out logistics hatch and into logistics just to see if there is any roam presence on this side of the map for the defenders.
The attackers have opted to go for the bedroom side attack as they know that they haven't expended so much utility on this side here. There is a Goyo watching instruction with a shield here, but a quick grenade looks to sail out and miss both the Goyo shield and the player. It's a bit of waste utility. One player gets killed and another downed here on the side of the attackers, but the Maverick, is taken down as well. So it's a 4 versus 3 essentially. A 4 versus 4 as Maestro is picked back up again.
Yeah, very interesting roam. They've picked the Kaid as the operator to roam, and he is coming up those red stairs now. And
Doc taken down, and he's not aware of. Oh no, never mind. I'm dumb. Ignore me. The Doc was taken down, and then
there just yet.
Yeah, and then he is able to revive himself with his utility. Maverick Maestro zapping some people, and then gets his Evo taken down with 40 seconds left of the round. Attackers find another kill onto the Kaid and a third. And now it's all down to Doc, 1 versus 4. Not much he can do there. They're not exactly aware of where he is, but there you go. He'll find 1 kill for his trouble, but not much else. The second one though, it is a winnable situation now. There's 1 player playing inside of cache and 1 inside of construction.
Yes,
30
does have some
seconds.
stims left as well. If he has time to stim himself, he does just unfortunately just catches the shoulder, I believe, of one of the players. I'm not sure if you saw it, but he's got 20 seconds left now, just trying to see if he can get any picks through these holes into cash. But he does not know that he's getting flanked and does get shut down in the end by the thermite.
There you go, we see the attackers picking up a second round for themselves here, as they have adapted well to the defense of Want2 so far. Now Want2
Yeah,
opting
so
to go
far.
for Church and Arsenal
Sorry,
once again,
continue.
as they were unsuccessful the second time, but trying to go for the same results as they had on the first attempt. It looks like two randoms coming in from DNA, picking up a gridlock and a blitz. Perhaps the blitz will be 6 picked off, as it was a mistake. There it is, here it comes, the blitz onto the thermite, as they need that second hard reach. A Valkyrie also 6 picked off of onto the mute.
Yeah, it's a totally different split coming from the defenders. They look nothing like the team that just won a 3-0 split on the defense. 2 rounds coming in immediately from the attackers, looking very, very comfortable now, well adapting to their team. Everything that's coming out from the defenders is being easily countered, and they know what is going on now. See how the defenders can change up their basement attack this time. The third time they've arrived at this bomb site. Let's see if they can do something different to try and win out this round.
The defenders here abusing a bit of the mute and Mozzie meta, trying to delay and stop the attackers from droning out so much and getting information, as that has been a good crutch for them to win rounds off of all this information they're gathering from their drones. Could be a similar defense here to the first round, as they have, or to the second round, sorry, as they have 4 players playing on site, and then the Mozzie once again roaming off by himself. Although this time the attackers will probably be looking to find him out, as they didn't know about him before, and they only found out about him later in the round. A C4 being used there to open up the piano, not the piano, the pool hatch. So it won't name a kill, but it will allow him to rotate down. Now here we have the Ash coming up to try and take out this Mozzie.
Yeah, we saw the Mozzie last time they attacked, or they tried to defend this bomb site. We did see the Mozzie up here trying to play in construction, but it seems like this time they are aware.
The Ash
of the Mozzie's
unaware of
exploits.
the exact position of the Mozzie, and that gets him a free kill.
Bomb located by attackers.
A Jackal ping will come out though, but it's a bit late, as the Mozzie is now already rotating back down to site.
Yeah, some unfortunate ineffective drone work there from the Ash. Really
Actually,
should be
where are
droning
you
out all
going?
possible angles.
Whiffs from
Straight
both
into the
players there,
Jackal.
as somehow Mozzie finds that kill. I'm not entirely
How does
sure.
Mozzie come away with that kill there?
That was
Jackal,
the
you should be ashamed of
That was
yourself.
the worst whiff I've ever seen from a set of players there. That was awful.
That was absolutely incredible. Anyone watching the chat, feel free to clip that.
Can we get some keks in chat for that one? Now in the meantime, the last 3 players all looking to push down into the dirt tunnel with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Barnum finds 1 onto the Legion, and that will start a spear onto their attack, but it's not much really, as they have 1 minute left. They're getting smoked off, and they're pushing into site now, trying to get a plant down probably, but all the while getting zapped by an Evil Eye. A second kill coming through puts him in a 3v3 equal situation, and the diffuser has actually been planted. It's down, and now they're running back into Dirt Tunnel with the Finker, or the Gridlock, sorry, playing inside of Arsenal still. I don't know
have no idea how this has worked.
How have they managed to salvage this round in any way? 29 seconds left, the defenders have to retake, and they're Mozzie's nowhere near site, Maestro by himself, and Mute just unsure of what to do next. Can we see? Oh, Mozzie, you're so far away. And it looks like it's going to be a round win here for the attackers, somehow salvaging what seemed like an unsavable round.
Cam does pick up one on the mute.
Oh no.
And then there's another little bit of potato coming in from Ink on the
Oh, what is going on?
thermite. And the round of whiffs. It shall be known, the round of whiffs from
Round
both
of
sides.
whiffs. Oh dear. Let's get some kicks. Very interesting. Interesting round to say the least. Somehow a giant clutch coming hit through here for DNA, putting them on a even 3-3 split on clubhouse defense.
Yeah, nevertheless, it is another round on the board for the attackers as they move into the defensive half now. A very good half coming in from DNA, putting 3 attacking rounds on the board on what is usually much more of a defensive-sided map. We do see a strange pick onto the Warden, but you do see that is 6 picked off onto the Kaid there.
Not much of a surprise there, as Warden not very often seen in high-level gameplay, and then the Kaid is needed to stop the Thermite opening the walls easily.
Warden is especially useless in this game
Defenders,
as the
protect your bombs
Ink
from
is
being
banned,
defused by attackers.
so there is no real reason to use him at all.
A triple hard breach coming out here for the attackers means they will be able to open up as many walls as they want.
Bomb located by attackers.
It's like a rather default setup here, a shield watching construction. Rotates into garage, probably having someone playing inside of there. Maybe the Echo playing with that ACOG, using that utility to just deny the attackers getting in.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Let's see where these attackers are going to be basing their attack from then. Yeah, it looks like they're all going to be spawning, apart from the Capital here, will be spawning over towards that west side of the map, potentially trying to get a little angle onto that CC window to try and force anyone playing on that wall away. But as we see, they do have a Kaid, so it won't be too necessary as Kaid will be nowhere nearby.
Maverick here with some interesting work does take a lot of damage from that electrified wall as he just stands a bit too close. Just back up a little bit, there we go. Just back up. Oh dear, this is ugly.
Yeah,
And
he's losing a lot of unnecessary health here.
Missed a lot, and he hasn't even got the wall yet.
Still haven't got the wall,
no.
there's still a little bit left. Still not got it. Still not got it. Come on, you can do it.
That's interesting.
I think there's a little bit of a glitch going on there, as he can obviously...
Siege, ladies and gentlemen, the most fantastic game you've ever seen in your life. Anyway, that grenade will manage to take care of the Electro Claw, but...
What in God's name has happened here?
Oh dear, the attacker's not having a fun time as... Oh no. This is
Things
not
are going
ideal.
from bad to worse here for the attackers. First they can't get it open via Maverick, and now when they do get it open with the Thermite, this happens.
Well,
competitive game ready, yes. Competitive ready.
Okay, so we have 3 people here pushing onto the main wall. Someone here looking to push in is able to get in. I don't think he's actually aware of the Echo playing inside of Garage, and the Echo just allows the diffuser to go down. He's trying to fuck about with this drone, but it's not much help when you could have just got the kill onto the summit to begin with. No, the Echo...
get the kill onto him in the end.
Oh, 5 versus 2.
5
This
seconds.
is
They've got to try
ugly.
and stop this
Defenders
defuse, but
left
the diffuse is
area
coming in. There is everyone
Defender
is
has been
challenging
discovered.
Oh
this.
dear.
Disabled.
Kill does coming for the attackers, but the bomb is
Defenders win.
defused. What a round has just happened. That was a mess.
You can say that again. That was not what you want really happening. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's a very strange round. Firstly, that wall not being opened. Secondly, whatever the Echo was doing there, I have absolutely no idea.
he
Firstly,
was,
decides not to get the kill and go on his drones. But even he is on his drones, he doesn't stop that plant from going down.
He knew the plant was going down. He tried to position his yokai to take care of it instead
But
of just
couldn't get it attached to the roof properly.
shooting
Doesn't
it.
matter now. They won the round. They won the round.
Somehow.
It's fine. It worked.
Very
It worked.
messy, but
Somehow they won the round.
there you go. That was interesting.
There you go.
DNA
Round
taking
7.
the lead for the first time in this game, 4-3 now. Dear Lord, opting to go for basement as their second site now. Oh dear. Right.
We do see a mirror picked here for basement defence. Not your
And
usual pick on this site, but I've seen more interesting things. Capcan. But we do also see an Ella pick from Preacher, so that's going to be an interesting pick. He is leading the way for his team on 9 kills at the moment. A very solid game so far.
we also see the Thinker coming out again. Once again.
See if he can
Very
Pick up
interesting.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
any more nice kills on that as he did in the previous game on Cafe. We also see a relatively standard lineup coming out that we've seen already from Want2. So
Where are these
not
mirrors
too
being
bad.
played? One watching the blue from Arsenal, and one watching bottom main from Church. Interesting strategy. Now then, with the thermite here, they're looking to open up into dirt and try and maybe push down there. Think joining it out. She has noticed that no one's playing inside of dirt, and no one seems to be paying attention to it at all.
Bomb located
Perhaps
by
they haven't heard the wall getting opened up. Mirror might be aware. She doesn't seem too aware. And that could mean, yeah, 3 people are here. The goo mine goes off, which could alert the defenders. Yes, and the mirror is now certain of someone playing inside of dirt. Drones coming through, gets taken out, and the attackers might think better of their options now. Nope, 2 people still here. Well then, let's have a look elsewhere. Looks like the Kaid here might be denying the Hibana opening up, and it looks like they have... Yes, they have the Ella here playing inside a pool very close to Hibana. Could mean certain death for Hibana if she doesn't know exactly where she is. She is droning downstairs, so it looks like this Ella has gone solely unnoticed. Legion in the meantime will pick up an opening frag, and Joystick picks up a second for his trouble onto the Sophia, leaving the attackers in a 3 versus 5 situation. 2 people still pushing down dirt, with Thermite droning himself in elsewhere. A minute left, not looking too hopeful for the attackers.
Yeah, the attackers are looking a little beaten at the moment. No damage taken at all from the side of the defence, and even their utilities being destroyed here. They are all currently stacked up in that dirt tunnel, ready for this push, but the mirror is absolutely ready for it.
Second Thinker boost going off here as no one pushes anything, it's just being used to no use basically. One last one to go as they have 23 seconds left in the round, just holding angles, hoping for a kill to present itself or something. Backing up now, just kind of scared.
15 seconds remaining.
Not sure what they should do. 10 seconds go off, the C4 goes off, a smoke canister, double from the nitro, and then Legion picks up the final one as well.
Yeah, a flawless round there from the defenders, a very nice looking round. Honestly, the attackers looked absolutely stumped as to what to do. Really. They just had no idea, really. There's not much more I can say about that round. They just choked out pretty early on, and for a while were just stacked up in that dirt tunnel, not doing much.
Oh dear. The attackers of Want2 are very lost on this map. They don't know what they're doing, honestly. They started out their defense well, and now they have lost 5 consecutive rounds after the second part of their defense went downhill, and they are now looking for salvation inside of this Monty pit coming through here.
Yeah, they looked so
Defenders,
good on those
protect your
first
bombs
3
from being
defensive
defused
rounds.
by
What
attackers.
has happened there? They need to pick themselves up from where they are and just get those rounds on the board. They know they
Bomb
can do it
located
deep
by
down.
attackers.
We know you can do it deep down. I think.
Okay, so let's see if DNA are able to reciprocate their success on their first 2 defenses into their third one onto the gym bedroom site.
10 seconds remaining.
Interesting setup here with a shield
5
watching
seconds left before insertion.
gym. They have a
Attackers are heading out
set
to
of
defuse the bomb.
reinforcements watching the CC side. Ella playing over here towards garage area. Might be going inside. Yeah, going into garage.
Yeah, the interesting
Maestro-
thing I'm seeing here from the defence is the lack of a castle pick.
Castle
not
is
often
very often
you
picked on this
see-
side.
Yeah, it's not often you see this site play without a castle. I think, as you did mention, they have put a shield alongside that jacuzzi wall to try and aid anyone that is playing in that position to hopefully try and hold it. But we do see that Maverick will be trying to get that jacuzzi wall open.
I
But,
wonder
it
if
is kaided, so he might have a bit of trouble, as he has had a few times so far.
Frank coming out here to try and take care of this electrical. It does do a damage onto a friendly drone there. It does take out the shield, so a second grenade might be able to come in and take out this electrical.
A bomb has been located.
And Maverick, oh, there we go. P-Mini dropping once again due to his bad connection. Maverick trying to open up this jacuzzi wall by himself. Has he managed it? He has.
Does get it soft this time. No
But-
strange bugs.
With no Sophia or Ash on their team, or a Buck even, they have no option but to just shoot out the wall.
They could potentially try and use that one last remaining nade.
Oh. Server issues as it's just frozen in spot here. Connection failure.
Ah!
That's not ideal. Server's crashing at the wrong moment.
Yeah, not a good time for the servers to crash, really there, is it?
Perhaps
End of the round.
maybe a DDoS coming out from the attackers as
Yeah.
they've realised how badly that round was starting out for them.
Pricey calling a DDoS in chat,
That's
Street dropping the F, paying respects to all of our fallen comrades in that custom game there. Hopefully we can try and get this back up and running very soon.
Oh damn.
Why have you gone into training grounds? Get out of there.
I don't know. Okay, custom game. Let's set this fucking thing up again.
Do you remember the... Oh, I was about to say, do you remember the order in which they won the rounds?
Oh god. Okay,
I think
so
it's just they won 3 in a row, then 5 in a row.
what am I doing? No, I've got to fucking start the thing first. Haven't I? Okay, so create a spectator. Oh man, I need to fucking add this guy as a friend because I can't be able to type his name in every time I fucking find it. Such a pain. Right. Very professional setup we have here, obviously.
Me? Uh,
Private DM.
no, no one wants to support me, and I completely understand that. So,
Feels bad.
yeah, feels bad. But just trying to fill some time while you do the boring job of setting up this custom game. It looks absolutely enthralling.
And then a blue win on
Gym bedroom.
CC, and then a blue win on Church Arsenal. So that is
Yes.
1 blue win, 2 blue wins, 3, 4, 5 blue wins, and 3 orange wins. So that should be 5-3 to blue.
Yep.
What were the band operators? There was a Thatcher and a Ying and a Kaid and a Jaeger. It's Clubhouse. Okay. Should be set up. Please someone say something if you see I fucked it up, because I don't know.
It looks pretty good to me from what I've observed so far. It doesn't look like you've got anything wrong there, so you should be all good to go.
Oh my lord. Just waiting for the final member to enter in. I had to shot at 10 PM, so this is great. What does that mean?
I imagine it means he had to shoot at 10 PM.
Does that mean leave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you not know the phrase, gotta shoot? It means you've gotta leave.
No, I hear bounce, I hear dip, I hear all that type of shit.
So
Often.
you've heard bounce and dip, but you haven't heard shoot.
I've heard shoot. I gotta shoot. It says American, to be fair. Okay then. Looks like I have set this up correctly. So we have to see the exact same operators as before. Oh, then round reset, let's go. Or maybe this quick interruption. Oh.
What in the world is happening now?
Wrong bands. What were the bands?
Was uh, were those not the right bands?
Oh no, Kaid was on the
Jaeger,
first map.
Jaeger and Vigil.
Vigil?
Apparently,
I don't remember Vigil getting banned. Ash
it
and
says
Ying?
it's Ash and Ying. No, Thatcher and Ying.
Yeah, okay.
Thatcher and Ying.
Yeah, no.
It says Jaeger and Vigil.
Ugh. That's right, Kai was banned on the first map. I didn't realize Vigil was banned, to be fair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. That should be right.
So just to clarify there, what happened was we reset after the rehost happened. We set up the match with the incorrect bands because we're idiots.
I blame you for not telling me.
I blame you for putting it in the first place.
It's not my fault.
I didn't know either, so you're as equally to blame as I am.
Are we sure it's Vigil?
They're sure it's Vigil.
Okay. That wasn't Kaid. That was my fault. I guess we're just dumb for not noticing they fucking banned Vigil, Jesus. Okay, let's just go.
As we get going for what seems like the 9 millionth time today.
Mate, if fucking...
Start again.
If DNA win this, then I guess they're map 3.
It doesn't look like all players can play though afterwards, although still waiting on confirmation as to what is going to happen if that is the
Well,
result and it does go to a third map.
they will either have to play with a sub or a 45 or just forfeit altogether.
Yeah, looks that way.
Which is unfortunate.
But we're not quite there yet. Still rounds to play in this second map on Clubhouse. Come on, Habana, you can load in. Come on. There we go.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And we're back. There we are.
Oh dear. Server again.
No, don't do it.
Don't worry, because the actual EU Pro League is soon coming. The server's still fucking wank.
Yep, competitive ready. This game, yep.
Yeah. Definitely.
Competitive ready.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Pretty standard hold with what we've seen from before. The only thing that is missing this time from the defense that they did bring last time was the mirror playing in the bathroom there. So there's going to be a slightly different hold than what we are used to seeing from this defensive side. Other than that, nothing too out of the ordinary. Obviously they bring that Kaid again. We will see Thermite opening up this CCTV wall here. Try and get that open and enter through that east side of the map. It will go to the roof though, before they open it. Just try and get that drone in.
They are using this rehost to think about what they did wrong the first time. Instead of going for the jacuzzi wall, they have realised it was a bit hopeless last time, so they've decided to open up into CC and then push the Monty in through construction side. If I can select him, there we go. Yeah, spotted one out on the top red stairs, and that was quickly taken care of by the Maverick. So better start so far for the attackers now, 5 versus 4. This Monty is scared of getting flanked up the red stairs. I'm not entirely sure. No one seems to be playing. Actually, no, there is one. Oh, that's my fault. Ella taken out by Maverick. Good calls there from the attackers. Now 3 versus 5.
2 nice kills there from the Maverick early on to take those rovers off the board. Smoke canisters will be deployed to stop that Monty from going any further.
He's unaware of the Romai, but oh dear, that was not. He could have waited and got 1 or maybe even 2 kills, but he shot his load too early.
Down, though. Maverick is taken down by the smoke off screen. We're not sure quite where that is, but the Romai does back out. Just throw one of those little frisbees out. Monty will be in the doorway. The 3 attackers now will be in logistics, trying to push through and clear those those defenders. Sorry, off the top main stairs. That Kaid will be pushing back and will take a kill onto the Lion, playing in Jim. He will push back into the bathroom now just to check if anyone's going to be pushing through that construction door, but will not see anyone just yet. He does get taken out, however, by Conch playing on the Hibana. The diffuser will be going down, and it will not be stopped. The diffuser does go down. This Monty will have this defender, the Wamai, stopped, and there we go. The round comes in for the attackers. A much better round this time. They've obviously used their time well through these multiple rehosts to reconvene and get their attacks sorted.
Alright then. So going back to CC and Cash, where the attackers were unable to win this time, but hopefully this time with the Monty, they will be able to get more site control and then get the plant down easily and then actually cover it this time instead of not covering it like they did last time. And hopefully this time they can get the wall opened properly instead of just having odd bugs really screwing them up.
Yeah, the Monty in that round was obviously a big reason as to why they won. Getting him in nice and early just to push those roaming defenders off of their positions meant that they could get those nice opening frags from the Maverick, and it allowed them to get a nice foothold into that round and gave them the win.
As many bombs as they can.
Just see if they can emulate that success into this round. The 2 hard breach denial operators coming out here for the side of DNA. Both Kaid and Bandit are being taken here by the defenders.
the good option to just close off the site, make sure the attackers can't get in so easily. They'll have to deal with all this utility of the bandit and the Kai
10
together.
seconds to go.
I wonder if we
5
will see
seconds to
the
insertion.
Maverick attempting to open up the main wall as he did in
Attackers must locate
previous
and
rounds, or
defuse
if
the bomb.
they will try and do something from below, take out the village core, then opening up with thermite, which will probably be more consistent to try and open that wall up. That is, unless they might push from the west side of the map to change things up, as Maverick has opened up logistics hatch and thermite is opening into construction. Or not, actually. Pulls up to the roof. Team with an opening frag using the Claymore. Was that really through the fucking red drone hole? It must have been. Well, that's the smoke gone. Not the ideal operator to lose, as those smoke canisters will not be in play for the late round, and they will not be able to counter the Monty as he pushes inside. Already looking good for 1-2 here as they push into bedroom. But in the meantime, will refrag though onto the Maverick, so that's no hard breach from him coming through now. And the nades are also taken off the board, so it's a good pick here for Romai. Still playing on the shield in construction. The Monty here is not sure whether he should push and take him off his position or if he should just leave it.
Attackers
In the meantime,
have located a
Hibana
bomb.
is taken down by the Legion on a flank up bedroom stairs.
Legion will smartly just drop back just to try and force those attackers back slightly into bedroom, just to make sure they're checking all of their angles and just to keep them playing in fear of where this guy is playing on the map. You'll see he has come slightly back up those stairs again, just to try and see if he can get any more picks on those attackers looking to push in through construction. We do see the Monty now pushing up onto the cache door, and this Wamai and him are having a lovely staring contest, joined by the bandit on top red, although he has blinked and moved away. The Wamai here though continues a deep stare. Looks like, I'm not sure who won the staring contest there. Looks like it might have been the Wamai, but looks like it may have initiated again here another staring contest going down between these two.
This wall in construction isn't actually electrified, so thermite could just open up and get another line on site into there it goes. Okay, this will give them more options, just 30 seconds left of the round 3 versus 4, but it still doesn't look good for them, as the defenders have a lot of strong positions to hold to just make sure they can't get in and plant the bomb. Lion here is playing on the CC window, trying to find any
15 seconds left.
free picks. But you can't see anyone with 10 seconds left. They will have to push into
10
site.
seconds to go.
Monty here pushing on, taking the Romai further back, stopping them pushing. Thermite is getting defused down, and it looks like it will go down uninterrupted. 2 versus 4 though, the Monty and the Thermite together. Thermite taken down, it's all down to Monty by himself. It's not looking ideal here. How is he still alive? How is he still alive? There we go. There we go.
Defenders disabled.
Nice round from the Legion, a triple kill on the round. 6-4 in favour of DNA.
Yeah, a nice round there from the defenders. Not much lost really. The only loss they had on the smoke was through that the drone hole there. So a little bit of an unfortunate one to start the round off, but they pulled it back. Some nice frags, some nice roaming play from that Legion to get a kill off of those top main stairs, and then just being able to bring that round in. Letting that plant down was a little bit of a mistake, but they did manage to get some nice frags onto that Lion, bring it down into a 4v2, and then taking out the planter for a 4v1 solidified that round for the defenders there.
Okay then, so for what could be the final round, we are going to Church Arsenal for another time. DNA opting to go for their same setup here with a mirror watching into blue and bottom main. Assuming they
Attackers need
use
to
the
locate
same
and defuse bombs.
mirrors as they did before. It worked well before, as they were able to get the people on the roam, and the attackers in dirt were unable to do anything realistically.
It was a very effective push. Sorry, very effective hold from the defenders, and the dirt push that was coming in from the attackers was stalled out very early on, and they really had not much they could say about it. Let's see if they can try something different this round. They have bought the Finker again to see if they can try something a bit different. Obviously, they did try and bring the Finker last time they went down here, and it did not work out particularly. But we'll see if they can try and bring a different approach this time potentially. They do have two types of hard breach, so they can go for those hatches if they want. Try something a little different. We do see the Ella though playing in strip at the moment, just trying to be a little bit sneaky. See if she can get a few picks for herself on the roam. Has been playing very well so far today as Breacher. So certainly expecting some sort of play here potentially if the Ella is not spotted.
It's an interesting looking breach. Was done with a grenade, I believe, from the Finker to open up into dirt. A boost coming in already, allowing Monty to stomp his way down dirt tunnel. Mira is unaware so far, but she has spotted out the Monty, who has pushed his way all the way to the bottom of dirt now. Let's see how the attackers respond. Legion making his way back towards site, so he is on call if the push comes through. Lion already taken down by the Ella. He was just by himself, aggressively pushing into bar Ella. Nice opening kill there, giving the defenders an advantage.
There you go. I could see that if that Ella was not droned out there, there would be a certain kill to be taken out. Seems like I'm not sure what happened there with the Kaid, but he just does not challenge that Monty, and it allows the Monty to just ADS and get an easy pistol frag onto the Kaid there, but it's pulled back into a 4v2 for the defenders now. So it's looking very strange. It's looking to be a bit difficult to get out of that hole there, but they do both retreat out of the dirt tunnel there and looking to go into kitchen. There are holes in the floor, so they do have to be careful of anyone playing below in back arsenal. But it looks like they're trying to do a main stairs push this time. Cam's just sticking around on that kitchen hatch, looking if he can get any free picks. But still, that Ella is roaming rampant over by pool and is still not taken care of, and does deal with that Monty. Nearly deals with the Finker. Not sure how much damage is done there, but still on the board. But it is a 4v1, and there is really not much that Cam can do about this here. All he can do is just get a few kills and hope.
It looks like we will be moving on to map 3 now, as DNA hoping to take this one home. There it is, the Ella picks up the last kill.
And there we go. It's a 7-4 victory, as we saw on the first map, but this time going to the opposite side. A nice victory, a good comeback. They were 3-0 down, remember, on this map. So a nice 7-1 coming in if we don't count those first 3 rounds. 7 rounds for 1 loss coming in. So a very nice map for DNA. Brought it back after those first 3 rounds lost on the attack, and a very good defensive half.
So it appears we will not be able to play the third map with a full team of Want2, so either the final map will be delayed, Want2 will play in a 4 versus 5, or they will forfeit and DNA will claim the victory.
Yeah, decisions of that are currently just being decided by the captains of both teams. So we will relay that information to you as we get it.
Pig, if you're listening, how do we decide the starting side on the final map, considering both teams had the same round differential? They both won 7-4, I believe. I hope he's listening.
Still not quite sure what's going on with this third map. Still being deliberated by both teams. Captain is wanting a heads or tails. I imagine this is
For the map.
between whether they
Starting
want to do a for starting side.
Yeah.
So it looks like they will be wanting to play this map in a 4v5. I think.
Does this work? What a mess.
Yeah, this has been a very messy, messy game.
They're just speculating. I mean, ultimately, it's down to DNA. If they want, they can take an auto win, or they can be kind and allow the final match to be rescheduled.
That's only if want to do not play this with a 4v5.
Yeah. Heads. So Want2 will be on the attack if this match does go forward. So let me just set that up. Match against attackers will be orange.
So it looks like if this match does go ahead for the third map, Want2 will be attacking first on, I think it is Villa, is the third map Villa? Am I right in?
Yeah, it's Villa. I've set
am I
that
right
up
saying
so
that?
they
Yeah.
want to do attack first. If no idea what to do. So that just means I have no idea what to do. Well, they can either, they might as well just start playing with 20 minutes and just try and win with the 4v5 after 20 minutes. One moment, some deliberation we've offered to allow DNA to pick something sides if they'll refix us. DNA getting a bribe here so they can pick the starting side. Although they already have got the defense that they probably want. We are unable to reschedule. Fuck it, go. I'll play. Start now. Okay,
Right,
let's
it
go.
looks like we are starting now with a 5v5.
And then halfway through, I assume we'll be at 4 versus 5. Unfortunate for Want2, but it's the circumstance.
Potentially here, we're not sure what may happen in this game, but so far we just know that this map is starting, and it will start as a 5v5. So currently everything is okay. Nothing's gone to shit yet. Everything's calm at the moment. Starts off with a ban on Thermite there. Pretty average ban for this map. Thermite is often banned. Thatcher ban as well.
So my Thatcher off the wall will give a giant advantage to DNA, as walls will be very hard to open.
Yeah, those bans have played quite nicely into their hands, really, haven't they? Mirror ban, not too important on this map. but still useful as any with those black mirrors. They always come in useful. Last ban. Maybe a Maverick. Maverick.
Maverick.
Why did I say Maverick? Maestro, maybe.
A pulse banned out by the
pulse ban.
defenders. Something they don't want to deal with on their attacks, obviously. And just an update on the situation. We will be playing this full game in a 5 versus 5 apparently. So Cam has been able to make changes so he is able to play the game. Poggers. Okay then. Okay, final map. 1-1. Deciding map on who wins this first quarterfinal in the SSL Cup. DNA will pick out the Aviator game room and they will pick out a Clash and then 6-pick off her onto the Maestro. So 1 Intel op for another here. Just trying to put Want2 on their feet a bit, be scared of that Clash in case they do bring her.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Again, we see the Lion and the Thinker brought from the side of 1-2 on the attack. So obviously it's a duo they enjoy and have obviously found some success running in the past.
What I noticed from the attacking lineup is 0 effort of hard breach. They know with the Thatcher's Thermite ban they will just want to get this game done quickly.
10 seconds.
So they've just gone for an aggressive lineup of the Thinker to help the Lion spot enemies, Ying to blind people, the Ash and the Zofia to just support with their guns.
Objective is to locate a bomb and defuse
All
it.
spawning it over out the fountain side. Well, let's see if it is actually just a straight on rush, and it does look so as Ash just has a launcher out ready to blow something up. Bit of lag coming through. Looks like Ash will be entering through the basement away from her team. 3 of her team pile in through a memorial, Ash in by herself in the basement running up red. And yeah, it is a full on rush.
Here.
Ash taking
They
2
all rush up red
massive
stairs.
goo mines. Ash dead. Maestro dead. Team kills coming through. 2 versus 4 in favour of the attackers actually.
Somehow
Now
this has worked.
down into a 1 versus 5. Wow, that was interesting.
Shepard, the last alive here, the Jaeger on those red stairs.
The Clutch Master himself. Plant going down. He should be able to hear where that plant is coming from. And he is able to get a nice shot onto that planter. Also a second kill onto the Ying as well. So it's now a 1 versus 2. And Lion on low health. Lion taking down a massive kill there. 3k so far for Shepard on this round. That is a 1 versus 1 with Thinker versus Jaeger.
Jaeger on very low health at all. It will take
Coming up the long corridor. And
take is 1 shot.
So close to the 1v4 from Shepard there, but the Thinker, sorry, is able to clutch it out. Just about. Oh wow. What a fucking round, eh? Done very quickly.
Some incredible scenes.
I
Team kills coming all over the place. Into a 4v1 for the attackers from a rush. A very well orchestrated rush. It seemed to catch them completely off guard. I mean, some nice shots taken from the attackers to get it down to that 4v1, but some excellent shots coming from that Jaeger to put it down to a 1v1 again. But unfortunately, he's just on 2 lower health to make it work for the 4v1 clutch there.
The Lion and Thinker being picked out, and then the Blackbeard, Fuse, and Zofia all being random picked, and the Ying being picked onto off of the Fuse. I'd imagine from the start we're just going for another rush style aggressive strat.
Defenders will be going back to AVG, so it'll be a similar sort of defense from what we've just seen. So the attackers will be knowing what to do. Probably won't do the exact same rush because the defenders may be expecting it again. So whether they attack this time from the main stairs or through study, we're not too sure quite yet. we'll certainly be sure in the minutes to come in this second round of the third map.
I see Want2 are just going to be playing this aggressively because they probably have somewhere else to be at this point. So it'll be a bit of a roller coaster this map.
Yeah, that is what I am expecting. It's going to be a very interesting one.
I assume though DNA will realise this and then they will change their strategy accordingly, as it looks like all 5 players are just staying around site to try and counteract this.
Objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
We'll spawn over at ruins this time. Looks like they're gonna open up into main lobby with the Blackbeard following them actually. Here we go, all just filing up the main stairs. Who will they meet first? The Legion looks like. Legion dead already. Wow.
Nice kill coming from the line onto that Legion, a nice early pick again. Only 30 seconds gone and already they are inside and they have study control, they have top main control, they have top red control on landing. This is very interesting. A nice pick from the Bandit though.
Once again, the team kill coming through. And that's a 3 versus 2 in favour of the attackers. Plant is actually going down in the midst of all this chaos. And it looks like it will, yeah, it does get finished off. Would you look at that? How does that happen?
This Blackbeard is going to have a lot to deal with, still playing inside study.
Bandit seems to know of the Figure's position, but a small whiff there does allow the Bandit getting through. So somehow the Bandit has the Jaeger. The Bandit hasn't spotted out this Blackbeard.
It's getting diffused.
And that was awful. The Thinker there missing out somehow on the freest kill of her life on the Bandit, allowing the Blackbeard to get taken out and the Blackbeard not being able to stop the plant. Or the disable.
What did I just watch?
I don't know what you just watched.
An unfortunate whiff there, really. That's all you can describe it as. From the Thinker allows that Bandit to enter into study, but I have absolutely no idea what just happened from that Blackbeard.
It's a fucking crack fest, I'll tell you what.
The Bandit was in there for a solid 10 seconds and had no idea that that Blackbeard was prone on the floor. So I'm lost for words, honestly.
Yeah, I wish I'd been
Let's
able
get
to
on with this round now.
select the Bandit's point of view so I could see what happened. I don't
Honestly, I'm just
know.
lost.
Well, 1-1 now, as
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
these
bombs as
aggressive
they
rush
can.
strats have worked sometimes, I guess. Trophy statue is the site we're going to second with Wamai, a Mozzie, a Bandit, a Smoke and a Jaeger coming through. Similar lineup for the attackers with a Thinker. The Thinker has actually had... Does he have 2 TKs so far, or was it a different one from the first round? Because he had a TK in the
Certainly
second
one
round.
TK. I'm not sure about the second and the first round. I'm not quite sure who got that TK in the first round, but certainly one has come through for Cam so far. But a slightly different rush-looking lineup coming here. We do see the introduction of the Nook and the Dekebi on the attack instead this time. So hopefully looking for a little bit more of a sneaky push here.
Dekebi in place of the Lion to get that information, and then the Nook seems to be pushing by herself solo, sneaking in.
Potentially just going for a...
Once again,
Yeah,
opening pick going towards Want2 as their rush just somehow catches someone off guard again. Not sure how, because they should be
Takes out the
expecting
Mozzie
that.
playing at 90, does lose a lot of health in the meantime, but still it is a 4v5 now, and the attackers have control of this south side of the map. But do the
Oh.
defenders know of this player playing on Astro Stairs? And they do not. He is refragged though, but a kill taken indeed.
One
That
for
one
the Ash,
is
and
taken
then
off the board.
instantly refragged. Jaeger also taken out, so that's a 1v3.
Attackers
Joystick
located
once
a
again
bomb.
in a clutch situation. Will he be able to manage it this time? Two people on very low HP as the diffuser is going down the side of Trophy, I believe.
Attackers
Yeah, they know
activating
where this
diffuser.
smoke is. All they have to do is just hold the angles. One has to hold the bathroom. One has to hold the statue door.
Nobody's watching Aviator though.
He's made his way into astronomy here. I think they've spotted him out. Flashbang comes through, does not flash him though. Still has 3/4 health here. Shotgun comes out, but he does get taken down to just below 25.
There we go.
One shot here will take out the smoke, and there it is from the Ash. Wins out that third round. The second round on the board for the attackers there.
1-2 with the Pepega. Somehow getting a second round here. 2-1 in the advantage. I'm not entirely sure what DNA are doing, but they just never seem ready for the rush. Even though it's happened 3 times now. They just always lose the opening fight. When they really shouldn't to this style of attack.
Especially since the operator lineups are being given straight to them. I mean, think as Sophia, Lion, Dekebi, Ash. That just screams at you. Turtle on site, we're going to rush. I mean, surely they should know that this is coming out. I mean, it's happened 3 rounds in a row now. It looks like they are going to be cottoning on to that, and they will bring a Capcan. But in the place of a Legion, which in itself is an effective operator for stopping rushes.
Not entirely
If
sure
anything,
the
It's
Bandit
not
is
the
useful here.
wisest. Not the wisest 6-pick there.
If they know they're not even attempting to bring hard breach, then
Defenders,
not much
protect
point
your
in
bombs
bringing a
from being
Bandit,
defused by attackers.
because
Yeah, it's pretty useless.
what is that cat candy for? He's hiding in the bathtub.
Just trying to hide away from any
Just having fun.
any attacking drones. Maybe so that he doesn't get spotted. Maybe, not sure. So then once the drone phase
10
stops,
seconds
maybe
left
he'll
before insertion.
start putting more things down again, just to
5 seconds remaining.
But honestly, I have no idea at the moment. We do see the yellow playing down in
Attackers
piano.
must locate and defuse the
She
bomb.
has completely left her reinforcements. If you have a look actually on the side of DNA, only 4 reinforcements have been put down. I think a few more might have just been done, but when I last said that, there was only a few done. But here we go, attackers will get started here. Doesn't look like the same kind of rush so far, but maybe they're just waiting to see where they're going to push from. It looks like they might be attacking through bedroom this time. Yeah, all of their attackers are there now. 4 of them at least. I'm not sure whether the last remaining one is.
Once again, they have one character just trying to push solo, but it seems like she's doing the same thing with the Astro Stairs push.
Not sure what the Ash is doing. She's kind of just sitting.
Bomb located by attackers.
A rush here coming through will net a kill onto the smoke. Yep, there we go. Ash also pushing up Astro Stairs, find one onto Jaeger as well. A refrag coming through for the Bandit, and a second one tagged on from the Capcan. 3 versus 3 now with 1 minute and 45 left on the clock. Lion will come in and tag one onto the Capcan. So that's 3 versus 2 in favour of the attackers. Bandit is also down, and it's now all left to the Allah, who was roaming off site, now on landing, and finds so close to one onto the Thinker, but is eventually taken out by Thinker. 3 attacking round wins with this rush style. How?
DNA have no idea what they're doing on these defences. 4 rounds out of 4 now. There has been a rush, or a rush style in that last round. It wasn't so much a rush as you'd say, but they did just go in without any entry, just looking for those gunfights, and they did not expect it yet. Again, early picks coming for the attackers, and that is what is winning them these rounds. I mean, there's not much I can fault the attackers on here because they're doing what they are planning to do absolutely brilliantly. They are getting those early picks and they're getting into the site and getting control.
I don't get it.
It's
I'm not entirely
incredible.
sure how it works, but it works.
I
DNA
have no idea.
obviously they're just not able to adapt to this aggressive style. Like their setups are for the common, like strategic push you'd
Defenders,
see,
protect your bombs from being
and
defused by
then
attackers.
when they know the aggressive style is coming, they just falter. They don't adapt well enough, and they aren't ready for the aggressive style. Like that smoke was caught out while turning off a phone call, and you could hear one of the players sprinting up to him, and he just ran away. He didn't do anything. The Jaeger, once again, even though there's barbed wire on the Astro stairs, and he knows that someone came up there before, he's not watching it, and he's caught off guard, and there's 2 free kills there straight away for the attackers. It's these small
Yeah, they
mistakes
have
that are just
now,
allowing this 1-2
Mm.
aggressive style to actually win them rounds.
The defenders will move back to AVG defense, see if they
Attackers
can
must locate and defuse a bomb.
win a round there as they did before. Obviously those trophy stat defences haven't worked out so well for them. They have got this vigil here on the roam over in astronomy. See if they can catch out this rush in its tracks. Looks like it's going to be a very interesting hold here. Surely this vigil will know that they're going to be pushing there. He's just sitting at the bottom of Astro stairs at the moment.
And he's taken out.
Swapping bags.
The
Oh,
actual P-Money takes him
Bomb
out
located
from
by
behind, and that is it.
Time for a
Bandit
wake-up
takes a lot of damage.
Sending my drone.
Lion here pushing up onto 90. The Jaeger swings wide and there's a lot of damage onto him. Pushing back now as he realizes the attack is all coming from here. 2 minutes left and the attackers already have full map control. Jaeger sees the Ash top lane and then pushes back in to start doing a bit of damage onto her. No.
All they can do really now is just turtle. They can just sit on site and they've got to wait for these gunfights to present themselves here. They have full reign of the map, the attackers do, so they can just do what they want to try and get into this site and win the round.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Nice kill from the
Oh.
Jaeger, takes out 2 nice kills from the Jaeger. And what just happened? 5 kills come in instantly. 2 kills coming in from the Maestro, 2 from the Jaeger, and another from I have absolutely no idea. But
I'll
that
say.
round is stopped dead in its tracks.
Well, it's 3-2 now. The attackers are opting to go for the Monty and Tachanka coming in from DNA. Still the Thinker and Lion with the Ashes of Fear. Lion being 6 picked off onto Hibana, an actual hard breacher, and then Tachanka being 6 picked off onto Kapkan. So trying to hide the traps this time. Pretty
I
smart
wanted to
idea.
see the Lord get picked.
No, you didn't.
I was hoping to see the Lord.
Well, a Hibana being picked here is indicative of a slight change. Perhaps they will try and actually open a wall this time.
Attackers need to locate and
And with the
defuse
Monty
bombs.
here, they will be playing a bit more slowly, and this time we will actually go to dining and kitchen. A nice mix-up of the stuff we've seen so far. And hopefully we'll see some nice strats. Now one thing here is DNA might be expecting the rush once again. But I think Want2 have actually opted to go for something different with a more strategic and slow push perhaps. Playing with this Monty and this Hibana. Or perhaps it could just be another rush or something.
10 seconds to
Who
go.
knows?
5
They
seconds
still
left.
do have that thinker though, so there is that potential
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
for the rush to come in, but they have obviously opted to go for the hard breach on Smurfy with that Hibana, and they obviously also have the Monty that has worked for them in previous maps. but it looks like this server has
Here we
died.
go again. Good old UBA. We'd love to see it.
It's not. It's not a Ubisoft game without
Getting some Fs in
this
chat for the
shit.
boys. There they are. Rehost making snappy.
This is not a day.
Not our day. I need to fucking add this Steven kid as a fucking friend. I'm not typing his name in any more times. I made it as a fucking player, not a balls. Does that mean I can't host it again? Probably. Yeah.
Drop some more Fs in chat for Fred.
Fuck me, I'm gone.
I'll let you tell them.
Well, do you wanna host me?
Alright. I haven't got the game set up. It'll take me longer to set it up than it will for you to just generate a new lobby.
Hey, 5 minutes. You can do it in 5 minutes.
I haven't got my game updated.
You have your game on. This game is against us today. To kill myself. Feels bad, man.
This is a big feels bad moment. So looks like the game is going to be hosted by Conch.
Who's a player, so no more spectating.
So these last few rounds that are going to be played here will not be casted, so this is the last you will be seeing of us and hearing of us for probably the foreseeable future, considering
What
the
a mistake.
tumultuous
What a
evening that
mistake.
we've had.
Oh, I'll stop the stream.
Good
But,
plan.